DK, make it snappy for me. Who is your pick for Ballon d'Or 2025?
And I promise you, we are watching a midfield all-timer. What Vitinha has done this season, I don't think we've seen some before. And I think the issue is with the club he plays for.
I haven't seen some.
I'm telling you. And the lack of PR that he has. And you see, these things, they happen in football. It happens all the time. I think Dembele, first of all, because he's an attacking player, and the way the Ballon d'Or has become is now usually, in fact, look at the past Ballon d'Or winners, when Messi, Ronaldo sport it. So we are looking at Messi. The one time Luka Modric won because he wanted to mafia Ronaldo. Messi, Ronaldo. When the Ballon d'Or was Ballon d'Or.
It's more Messi, Ronaldo. Messi, Ronaldo. Don't do it like Messi, Ronaldo.
Sorry. When the Ballon d'Or was the Ballon d'Or, it was rewarding ballers. It wasn't necessarily about always the attacking players and the goals. So we are looking at Pavel Nedved when he won in 2003. He scored about 5 league goals that season. Zidane, when he won in 1998, he scored 3 goals the whole season. Matthias Sammer was a defensive midfielder. You go back, you look at Lothar Matthäus, a central midfielder. Ruud Gullit, a midfielder. They were getting recognition, not just because of the goals that they were scoring. Look, last season, this is Rodri. And what Rodri did in the Euro 2024, that earned him the player of the tournament according to UEFA's technical team. Let's look at what per the system he plays, his importance, his distribution, and making the team tick. These were Rodri's numbers, a 92.8 pass completion. And I want us to look at the passes and where they were going. This is from the UEFA's website. 411 passes completed out of 439. 66 backward passes. 172 to the left, 115 to the right. And if you do the math, you can tell the rest of them are forward passes. But if you do the math, very few. These were Rodri's distribution numbers as against his defensive or disciplinary numbers. So we are looking 7 fouls committed, 3 yellow cards. And when you are playing in that, because you are like the pivot, you do the protection of the back four. So in addition to exactly, in addition to the distribution, you're also supposed to protect the back four. When you look at his defensive numbers, the ball recoveries, the chances, the clearances, blocks, these were really good for a competition that Spain ended up winning. Rodri was a player of the competition. If you take a look at this and you compare it to what Vitinha did in the Nations League for Portugal, I'm not even talking about the Champions League. This is Vitinha's numbers for Portugal. A 95.1 pass completion. And if you look at Portugal's play, they haven't necessarily dominated possession in every game. He is so efficient when he has the ball. You look at the long passes completed. The most difficult passes, the long ones, that's the one he's got 100% in. The medium passes, 65 out of 67. Short passes completed. Now look at the backward passes. Out of 615, only 14 were backward passes. And this is a guy...
ball back 14
only
times.
14 times.
In
out of
in 615
attempts. And this is somebody who is sitting at the base of Portugal's...
That's crazy.
There's 25 passes to the left and 36 to the right. The rest of them were going forward. This is Vitinha's numbers. Somebody who is a defensive midfielder doesn't always... is being pressured a lot. But he's able to pick these passes. If he's going long, the accuracy... Look, 95% as against Rodri's 92%. Rodri was brilliant. He ended up winning the Ballon d'Or. This is what Vitinha has been doing for Portugal in the Nations League this season. And for me, what freaks me is this. He's had 1 yellow card the entire competition. Hardly commits fouls. 1 yellow card. Five fouls committed in the entire competition. This is Vitinha's disciplinary numbers. So he does it without breaking a sweat, without causing his team trouble by creating fouls. If you look at Rodri was committing a lot of fouls, which is usually normal for some of these players. But Vitinha's positioning doesn't even require him to be able to make those fouls. Look at this. The ball recoveries. He's making an average of 5 ball recoveries every game. So he doesn't need to. His position is so good. He's hardly making a foul. He's just picking up the ball. And he reminds me so much. He's like a blend of N'Golo Kante because of his intelligence off the ball and how he picks it off opposition. And the technical ability of the Rodris and the Cruises and the things we've been seeing. This this is an all-timer we are watching, but I don't think they are giving him, or we are giving him the credit that he deserves. These are Vitinha's numbers in the Champions League this season. And for me, the next best thing in football today when it comes to a midfield general, pass and control, is Pedri. And I'm comparing what Vitinha did against what Pedri did in the Champions League this season. Let's go to the pass accuracy again. Vitinha is doing a 94%, Pedri is doing an 89%. And again, if you go to the distribution, we look at this again. If you go to the distribution,
Vitinha is doing what? 94%.
94%.
And he has played 3 more games than
Pedri. Pedri is doing an 89%. Now, again, this is what freaks me. Look at the passes attempted, 1,392 against Pedri's 903. To be fair, Pedri has played slightly a bit more forward than Vitinha this season. But I'm looking at the short passes completed, the long passes, the backward passes completed, backward passes attempted, and you look at the comparison, even in spite of Pedri making less passes than Vitinha, look at the differences within the backward passes, 185 and 195. Vitinha has made almost 300 more passes than Pedri.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the difference between the distribution, Pedri is making just 10 passes backwards, or Vitinha is making just 10 passes backwards more than Pedri. And again, so what he's doing in Portugal is not any different from what he's doing with PSG. If you look at the distribution, he was always going forward, despite being the main man sitting the pressure. And we don't usually see this. Most of the time, when you see the DMs, these deep lying players with a high pass completion numbers, they are usually sideways and backward passes. But Vitinha is doing it completely different. He's going forward, and he's getting the accuracy, and his team is going, and they are taking, and they are dominating play, and they are winning games. And I'm saying that what he's doing this season, I don't think people are paying too much attention to it just because it's Vitinha. I genuinely believe if this guy was playing for Real Madrid, if this guy was playing for Barcelona, I think he would have got way more class than he's getting this season. I genuinely think that Dembele has already experienced that big transfer to Barcelona. He has that pedigree on his back. He plays for the French national team. He's come to PSG. He's an attacking player. He's nice to watch. So you obviously get, and the offensive numbers are also suiting him. So it's easy for you when you say PSG for your mind to automatically go to Dembele. But I'm saying that, look, these midfield numbers we are seeing from Vitinha, this is not just a normal display from a midfielder. This is all time. This amount of accuracy combined with defensive solidity and efficiency, he doesn't get that to you. Like, the guy is playing, he's a DM, he's making his intercepts, he's not getting yellow cards, he's not committing fouls. He's just, in fact, his defense is just breathing because he's around. This is unprecedented. I have not seen some before. Like, I'm telling you, I've not seen some before. And I'm saying that the world needs to open their eye. The UEFA Technical Committee seriously need to look at this, because this is crazy. Even Cruz didn't give us a season like this. This is absolute madness. And that's why I say that Vitinha, if football was truthful, like the way it was truthful back in the 90s, back in the early 80s, Vitinha is by far, standout, the best player in the world this season. Because this thing, we've not seen some before, and I dare say, Vitinha will not repeat this thing again. Nobody will do this thing again.
Here's the thing that should back your argument. While Vitinha is putting up these numbers, and Rodri was doing same last season, but slightly below what Vitinha is doing. In that very season where Rodri was putting up those numbers, there were other attacking players that were putting up much more impressive numbers attacking-wise, and yet the award went to Rodri.
Went to Rodri, exactly.
A good example would be Lautaro Martinez.
Lautaro.
A season to remember. Yeah. Much more impressive.
Lautaro, Bellingham, Vinicius.
Thank you.
They all ended up losing the
technical eyes.
Went to Rodri. So if they still have those technical eyes,
yes,
they should give it.
It doesn't matter what Dembele is doing.
Look,
or what Kylian Mbappe is doing.
This is next level. Even if Vitinha doesn't win, I didn't even have time to go to my boy Nuno Mendes. But the top two, look, forget the big name. We are talking about
he's
the
a quintuple winner, right? He's having trophies.
If Vitinha number 1, Nuno Mendes number 2, because Nuno Mendes this season, Saka is here, Dumfries is here,
back pocket, Lamar.
Salah
Lamine Yamal.
is here. And yesterday, we put Lamine Yamal over here.
Botoma Yamal.
Call us for us to release your players. Or next season, next season you will not see your players because they are in the
Dani K.
No,
Thank you very much. Your argument is made.